Bring them right here to Statesville, roast them in our facility for our customers around the region. Why would you go to a grocery store, purchase old coffee beans off the shelf, or any other source where you can have fresh roasted beans at Lake Mountain Coffee? 131 West Broad Street in Statesville.
Oh, shoot. Love you guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, LKN. 7:06. Happy FriYAY to you. Happy snow day to many today.
Happy snow day. Yeah, if you're up and getting ready for work this morning, you're one of the few. One of the few, but we're here with you.
Or your body might be in that routine.
Maybe you just woke up already because you're used to getting up and getting ready for work. If you do that, are you just up?
Sweetie, why do you have the straightener in your hand? You can put it down. It's
right.
okay.
Or are you just rolling over and going back to sleep? Because I'm a roll over and go back to sleep.
Oh, it's definitely I don't know necessarily go back to sleep. My body won't. Once I'm up, there's no going back.
What about you, Bill?
Sorry, Mamie.
Sorry.
Just messing around back here.
Interrupting you during your work. I'm so sorry.
Nope, I was actually just listening to you guys. No, when I'm up, I'm up.
When you're up, you're up. You're not going to if you wake up on your own, like on a Saturday at 7. 'Cause that's what happens to me. I wake up on my own on Saturday at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, no, I'm
naturally.
Probably
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's just like my body's like, it's time to go.
You have to. You just got to keep
No,
going.
I
This
just
is
go
the
back to
routine.
sleep. No.
And then you can fall back asleep.
Yeah, I
though.
put the earbud in, turn the show on, go back to sleep.
That's a nice superpower. I don't have that superpower.
I got that one, and then I got the 20-minute nap superpower.
That is a good one too. That's a great one. Maybe you're going to exercise some of your superpowers this weekend through this winter situation that's coming. And it is a situation because at one end, right, if you're in the north side of Iredale, like you're looking at some snow.
Right.
Like some snow
Right.
probably. If you're, Center City, Charlotte, okay, we're talking more who knows. And that's why it can't be us that just talks about this. Chase Myers is going to join us at 7:30.
So
He's going to
glad.
come on. He's going to give us the breakdown.
Because I'm hearing conflicting stories, but I feel like most of the news sources that I see on, like the weather or meteorologists I see on social media are Charlotte focused, right?
Sure, like 10 to 12 inches. Is that the number we're all hearing across the board?
I think I heard like 10 to 12 feet.
Okay, 10 to 12 feet coming.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
Just making things up.
Be ready. Be prepared.
No.
I'm not.
No, I think our area is supposed to get like 1 to 2 inches of snow and then ice on top, which is not fun. But we'll wait and we'll hear from the source, the expert.
And there's been that whole
stop making up the
100 miles
forecast.
one way, 100 miles
Well, that was
another
Chase
way.
Myers that said that, so we'll see which direction it's going.
The cold line went.
Yeah.
Either way, it'll be one of those weekends to remember. I hope you're prepared. We've tried training through the week. I feel like we've tried to get you. Did you get your batteries last night?
I didn't. No, and I was talking to some friends yesterday, our little friend group chat, which most people, who live here didn't grow up here. They're all from Ohio and Michigan and so one of them started the thread and was like, you guys are just not prepared for snow. And I was like, no, we've known about this for 2 weeks and we're still not going to be prepared. Everything's going to shut down. It's going to be chaos.
We all had the tids.
This is yes. This is it. This is the perfect. Yeah, it's like we're never prepared for snow here. It's just
No, we refuse to get ready.
no,
Yeah.
we're not.
I've been
gonna get
lied
ready.
to enough times in my life at this point.
That's right. That's right. It's like the guy who cried wolf or whatever, the boy who cried wolf, right? Like, we've been given the shaft so many times.
Right.
Let's not
Right.
even. Yeah, and no, we're not prepared. They've been salting the roads for days. It doesn't matter. We're not prepared, and we're not going to be. And this is what it is to live in the South.
Something
Welcome.
that people seem to not really been prepared for clearly in California, the fires, which are just absolutely
gosh, so
devastating.
hard.
But I did find this video of what it's like for the firefighters of how they have to fight fires in California, and at least one of the tactics that California uses. And that's by airplane. And when they drop the stuff,
Mhm.
whatever the stuff that they drop
Yeah.
on it is, that to help put things out.
It's
of
like
the
a
fire.
chemical to help put out a fire.
This
right?
is the level you've got to battle this situation with right here. So this is a whole thing as far as being able to fly through the skies. Pour
Gosh,
this
that is
powder
like
over.
a-
What is that?
It's fire putter outer.
Right. Like a retardant?
retardant. Yeah,
Yeah.
is what it's called. But this is like a commercial airplane. It looks like though.
So, and it's interesting seeing that it looks like we do have Canada, maybe a thank you here, because they have these planes that scoop water.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I had it on the sheet. It'll probably pop up
Oh,
somewhere.
but they can.
They can scoop the water and keep going. So like they'll go into the
That
ocean.
is insane.
They literally will go. I watched it last night. They'll go in the ocean. They'll
And
scoop
up with
Scoop up
the
water?
drag.
Yeah, no
Wow.
wheels down, nothing like that. No.
I know. I'm just trying to think about.
I'm trying
how
to
would it
imagine what that
wouldn't-
looks like.
How you scoop it in? That's impressive.
That is impressive.
You talk about dangerous, right? Like you're talking about
Yeah,
real.
a lot of
Yeah,
danger.
Real.
incredible.
You're flying through water and fire at the same day, same moment. Yeah, that's crazy.
So appreciate all the first responders, all
Yeah,
those
absolutely.
that do the not magic part of taking care of what appears to be most of the time magic. And so thank you for all that you do. And remember this, because you never know what somebody else is going through too. It's still continue to be devastating out there, as easy as it is for us from this side of the country. But we know too, our friends at Western North Carolina, that you never know when something will happen. You know
they're
what I
still
mean?
struggling out there, and this winter weather is not easy on them either.
Yeah.
If you're still living in a tent or a temporary home, trailer, something like that, it's tough. It's tough heading into this. So yeah, thoughts, prayers with all the people, and there's lots of ways to help, both in California and still in Western North Carolina. Lots of partners that we have who are sending supplies and people and money and things to help. So
Sometimes it helps just to know somebody's thinking about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to do too with you. Chase Myers joining us 7:30. We'll talk about the weather. Winter weather. We're gonna find out where that cold line is. Let's break it on down because we're as close as ever, right? Like today. I think CMS is definitely on remote learning.
yes,
I think several other schools. I don't know if Iredell Statesville's announced at all anything.
I
to be
think
honest with you, I
most
haven't
schools
looked,
are
but
on
check.
remote learning today.
Yeah.
I think most are. Yeah, if you're in school, let us know.
Let's go back to lesson one. Lesson one was we're going to check before we leave. Remember
Right.
that we did that earlier in the week. So today, check before you leave, right?
Okay.
If you need to. And you probably already know. But if you aren't in tune yet, check it out. So that's number one. So you can do that today. And then Joey Finds Toys. I don't know if you've heard him yet.
I have heard him. He's got some really cool stuff.
On Home Ad Show, he started joining the group there. Twice a week, you can hear Joey Finds Toys. He's a treasure hunter, in the community. Like, if you've got a treasure and you're like, whoa, wait a second. I might, want to get rid of this thing. This thing is pretty sweet. Like History Channel stat, it's like the treasure hunters level. But this guy's local here. Joey Finds Toys.
very
Joey Waters.
cool.
We're going to talk to him at 8:30, and he's got a sweet setup too. The backside, you can tell he really cares about collectibles.
I think he's got
which
any
is cool.
good Barbies back there.
He's
gonna ask him.
probably got a few things that would catch my eye, I would guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him what kind of Barbies he has. I was obsessed with Barbies.
Beanie Babies?
Nah, well, I did. I asked already if he wants to buy all my Beanie Babies. He said no, thank you.
That one's out. He's
the
not
nicest way
that one.
possible. No.
Something cool to mix with snow. Are you afraid of heights, by the way? Have we ever talked
I'm
about
not.
heights?
No, I don't have. an
Bill, are
issue
you
with
afraid
it.
of heights?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. I don't like heightsy. I am afraid of heights. Yeah, we'll just say afraid of heights. Like
Okay.
I don't like the idea of the bungee cording, the falling out of the airplane. I am sometimes I want to believe I could, but I don't think I could. Yeah. But this is like a glass room at the summit of Mont Blanc. You can go
All
to.
right, could you do this?
I don't know if I could do this. I would be in panic mode doing
now,
it.
my
but
stomach would get, because when I saw this, my stomach took the little jump. It would do the jump.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm just going to be, but I could be composed and do it. But yeah, I would have to count to 3 before I took my first step.
And the only reason I'm afraid of heights is because when I used to try to fly my kite, my old man told me to jump off a cliff.
That's
So,
how you. That's
yeah.
how you really get it going.
Yeah, that's how I was scared of heights.
Okay.
We'll see if people are doing that on the streets.
You should really stick around to hear what the crazy gang of 3 have to say next. Good morning, LKN on WSIC.
Well, here we go. Have your preparations done for winter weather on the way to Lake Norman. Clouds on the increase and temperatures climbing into the upper 30s heading into the middle of the day. Snow starts to develop in the afternoon, and as it falls, it will stick to the roads immediately, make it for slick travel almost instantaneously. That snow will continue mixing with sleet late tonight into the overnight hours. Slick travel, of course, will remain into Saturday morning. Main roads improve Saturday afternoon, but slick spots still remain through the weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like ICATS Public Transit.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Karaoke is back at Micaiah's Bar on Thursday, January 9th. You asked, and Micaiah's came through with CJ the DJ. Karaoke starts at 8 p.m. and ends when everyone stops singing. Bring your performance, no matter how good or bad you think you are. Come have a night full of fun with karaoke at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Thursday, January 9th. Friday night, Callista Jade will perform at the Wine Maestro in downtown Statesville. The singer and guitarist will begin her set at 7 p.m. Come on out for a fun night Friday at the Wine Maestro in Statesville. This Saturday is the Chili Plunge and Chili Cook-Off at the Lake Norman YMCA. This free, family-friendly event promises to be lots of fun, whether you take the waterfront plunge or hang out enjoying homemade chili and s'mores. Post-plunge, you are welcome to warm up in the YMCA sauna or steam rooms. Proceeds benefit the YMCA annual campaign. Register for the Chili Plunge and Chili Cook-Off at ymcacharlotte.org. 'Tis the season to lace up your skates at Birkdale on Ice, happening now through January 26th. For the third year, Birkdale Village in Huntersville has an ice skating rink, and they can't wait to lace up their skates with you. Ice skating reservations to ensure skating time slots are accepted. Walk-ups are also welcome. Go to BirkdaleVillage.com for details, information, and tickets to Birkdale on Ice. Get behind the wheel and drive a NASCAR race car at Charlotte Motor Speedway. If you don't want to drive, go for a NASCAR ride-along. The NASCAR racing experience is as real as it gets. There is no lead card to follow, and no instructor rides with you when you drive. Book your NASCAR racing experience today at 704-886-2400. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for details and more information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
They're back. More of Justin, Bill, and Mamie now. It's Good Morning LKN from WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 7:18. Happy FriYAY to you. We're going to be getting a look at the streets here shortly. Right, ICATS.com, alternative transportation. Today's Friday. You can go to Hickory for $1 for your front door, $1 to get back. But you want to check the schedule. Make sure you're scheduled.
You need to make sure that they're, still operating and call first.
That's right. That's the kind of day it is. That's the kind of weekend it's looking to be. Chase Myers is going to join us at 7:30. We're going to chat with him and see where the cold line is, who should be expecting what. The overnight, if the cold air temperature is staying, then that ice and all that stuff is really what we're talking about. And we need to look. I don't want to fast forward the clock too much, but we're gonna have to start talking about Monday here shortly. Right? We're gonna have to figure out a plan and be ready to go to know. Hey, CMS is a big district. That's a lot of schools.
I was gonna say I was gonna get on the plane with Bill Russell and go down to Florida.
Just take off for the whole week.
Is that the plan for Monday?
It seems like a common thing that's going on right now. I guess maybe that is. Maybe we can.
We got a word today.
Oh, you want to do that?
Yeah, we got one.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner. Well, a bird is a winner.
It's time for the word of the day. What's the word?
Word of the day.
Today's word of the day on this snow day.
Snow day.
Yes. Snow day. What are you guys up to over there?
Sorry, I was secretly asking Mamie if I could borrow the
Just
notepad.
ask me if you can have the notepad. You don't have to. I don't get the signals. I haven't figured out y'all's hand signals yet.
Wait, what was that?
That's it. Bill, I'm always have my back to Bill.
Yes.
And then you guys do your little looks and things. Y'all have known each other forever. And then Justin tries to throw me the hand signals. I don't get it. Just say, Mamie.
Open lines of communication.
No, that was me doing a bad lip reading on, hey, hand me the notepad.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? You want some sun drop?
The word of the day today is bimble.
Bimble?
Ooh, that's
Bimble.
a good one.
It is a verb. It's what we do.
Verb, what you do.
Correct.
What we're doing is word of the day. Bill gives us a word, we guess the definition, but we don't guess. We utilize our cranium and the context clues that Bill provides to us. Bimble.
Bimble. How about context clue number
I would
one?
love one.
Please.
During Good Morning LKN, Justin decided to bimble around the studio looking for snacks while Mamie handled the news segment solo. Bimble.
Dive into?
Dive into? All right, great guess. Wrong. How about another sentence?
Sure.
And then this will be good.
Okay.
On Good Morning LKN, Mamie described her weekend as a peaceful bimble through the park, while Justin joked that his weekend was more of a chaotic sprint.
So we're going to say a jaunt or a, just casual stroll.
Ooh, stroll.
Or
Yes.
is that,
That
it?
is what it
Casual
is.
stroll? Okay.
Yes. How do you know that?
I don't know. My mom?
Nice.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Bimble,
Bimble.
verb, to walk at a leisurely pace.
Casual stroll. There you go.
Yeah.
Your context clues are so good. I don't know, but also thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
I know. I thought Bimble was going to be what you do when you're like looking on Bumble. A Bimble around Bumble.
Bimble around Bumble.
Mhm.
That would play.
That would work too.
But great job. Yeah.
To walk at a leisurely pace. Is that what you said, Bill?
Yeah.
And then you said
I said a casual stroll.
Well, I think both of them will be. I mean, I like them both.
So like what you do
Yes.
through a park. You
Right.
bimble through a park.
Absolutely.
Although somebody said that they were bimbling through a park. Oh, that's not what I would think it would mean.
Well, that's exactly what you thought it meant because that's what the sentence was, and you guessed correctly.
Well, thank you.
Well, maybe you'll be bimbling around.
Bimble around in the snow.
sometime.
Right.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
you
You
definitely
can.
can.
You definitely can.
And if you're flying, interesting factoid here. This is from Joe Bruno on on X. Charlotte Airport. He connected with somebody there that this is the first major storm that the airport's new de-icing pad will be used for. The pad came as part of funding from $43 million secured by Senator Tillis from President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law. The airport pad replaces multiple aircraft de-icing positions that were located around the airfield. The new pad will allow for more efficient aircraft movement on the airfield since the de-icing operation will be consolidated near the end of the primary departure runway during winter operations.
Okay. So this is it like it's just a place to de-ice planes, or is the pad heated?
It's kind of like the de-icing garage for airplanes, maybe? Is that it? Like this is
Okay.
where you go to get the winter plane wash?
I just figured it was like a heated runway.
Like Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
Like it's just got heat
Yeah,
underneath
it's got
it.
heat underneath it. That's what I was thinking, but I don't think that's what this is.
Maybe, well, it's a pad. So maybe it's more like a puppy pad?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
They just drive on top of it?
Sure.
Yeah. I know I saw lots of videos of planes being de-iced, and then I have a friend who was here who's heading back to Mexico, and she's stuck in Dallas right now.
Oh no.
Yeah. She had Charlotte to Dallas and
Yeah.
then Dallas to Mexico, and she's stuck in
There's
Dallas
a lot
for 2
of
days.
there's a lot of shifts. Look, the AFC team that came in here and hung out with the AFC Urgent Care, and
They had to leave. Yep.
because for Tennessee early, and
Yeah.
so they
Yeah,
you know,
so
people are
she
changing
said
their
she
plans.
waited in the airport like 12 hours yesterday, and then finally flights were canceled, and now she's having to go. Because when you are in the South and we're not used to snow and ice and things like that, like just not what we're prepared for, and you're in a place like Dallas, Texas, yeah, just no way to get out.
What about if you're a penguin? Could you enjoy the snow then? at that
Oh, the
point?
penguins got to go on a field trip. Did you see this video?
No, I did
Oh, it's
not.
so sweet. So it snow, all over right now. It's not just coming here, but this is in St. Louis at the St. Louis Zoo, and they had enough snow that they let the penguins out of their enclosure, and I guess the zoo is closed, so they let the penguins just come out and play in the snow. It is adorable. So, I just thought this was just sweet and wholesome, and it's not much else to it other than that it's a very, very sweet video. And
Bimbling.
they are definitely bimbling
Penguins
through the
bimble.
They are bimbling through the snow for sure. They're
Bimble.
having a really good time.
That's cool. Just to
Isn't
go
that
and
just
pull
fun?
out some
Oh, no, there are
penguins. That's
people
fun.
there. I thought maybe the zoo is closed. No, there's people there watching too. So yeah, they just let them out and just let the penguins play in the snow. I'm sure the penguins were like, "Wow, the outside. This is so much fun."
Some of them are mapping out their exit strategy.
Yeah, how to get
Right.
out of here?
Probably.
How to get on that?
Intel only.
Yeah.
Are these the penguins that got on the plane and went to Madagascar
Yeah.
and their escape?
Right.
See you in 3 years.
It's
Yeah,
just
we'll
a-
behave for now.
Yeah.
There's not much to that story other than that it's very sweet and wholesome, and I enjoyed watching it.
Well, that's cool.
And if you have the WSIC mobile app, you can watch it with
Yeah,
us.
you get kind of lost in that right there of just some cool little animals just running around
Yeah.
outside, and maybe you'll be observing something different when you're out and about. There's definitely going to be different conditions out and about. There's no doubt
Absolutely.
about that. So you're going to be in different surroundings for the weekend than maybe you normally are. Just be aware. You know what I mean? The slipping on the ice and falling and hurting the bum, that's a bad one.
It's a real thing.
That
Oh,
one
that's a
hurts.
tough one. Yeah,
Oof.
yeah, that does hurt.
The tailbone? You don't want that.
You just got to be careful getting in and out of a car,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Because
this is
there's
why I
some
don't-
puddles.
Yeah. I don't travel during the
Mhm.
snow. Also,
That's
like
smart.
going in and out of buildings, it gets icy around the entrances. Be careful
Mm-hmm.
there. I've fallen there several times. Multiple businesses, not just one. Just going in and
Is
out.
Rob going to salt the driveway?
No, we don't go anywhere in the snow. No, we're staying home.
It's actually a deterrent.
wonder if golf cart can make it out. You think it can make it out in the snow?
We're going to find out.
We will find out. We'll find that one out for sure.
That one.
I won't be finding out. I'll be sitting at home.
I think it'll be ice skating, doing donuts. Awesome.
Chase Myers joining us at 7:30. You'll get an inside look as far as what your weekend outlook may look like and the plans you got to make. Again, we're going to have to start talking about Monday at some point because if this stuff's going to refreeze and it's going to be here as ice on Monday, you better be prepared for whatever it is. If you got little kids, schools, that's going to be a real thing too again on Monday. So we just got to think about that as well. Joey Finds Toys joining us at 8:30. Batman's in today at 8:45. He'll be in to say, hey, did you see the drone update quote at all from President Trump?
No, I did not.
Okay. So he had another meeting yesterday that had quite a few people at it. I've got a few clips for the day on it. But this first interaction about the drones specifically and any kind of updated status here from President-elect Trump.
A story that kind of disappeared very suddenly. Do you have any idea whatever happened to the drones?
What happened to drones?
Well, you had said that you thought the government knew what was happening with these drones over New Jersey. There were some by Bedminster.
I don't know. They're over Bedminster a lot, so I can imagine. I'm going to give you a report on drones about one day into the administration because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones. And it's not only with me. Glenn was telling me today that in Virginia they have drones all over the place, too, and nobody's reporting it. I don't know why they're not. Do you want to say something about that?
Just one quick comment, which is we are home to the largest naval base in the world in Quantico, and we house a lot of the SEAL teams and have a huge national security infrastructure. And now for 2 years running, we have had drone incursion over secure airspace, and we still don't know why. And I think that's absolutely unacceptable. And I think President Trump and the new leadership coming in, I think will work diligently to understand who's behind this and what we do in order to stop the digital surveillance of all of our secure infrastructure.
Is it dangerous?
Well, I can tell you this. While we were dealing with a terrorist attack in New Orleans, we had drones being flown over our nuclear reactors in Louisiana. And we brought that attention to the FAA. We've been asking the FAA to give these states the ability to mitigate these drones, and it's sitting on some bureaucrat's desk. And that's real.
Nobody knows. They don't want to talk about it. Go ahead, Governor. You're going to say?
I was just going to say we have drones in Wyoming flying over our infrastructure as well.
Pan over to Wyoming. Pan over to Wyoming.
Frustrating that we not only have no way of knowing what it is,
was
but
immensely
nobody
bigger than
knows
I
how
thought
to
it was.
deal with them.
They don't want to talk about it, and nobody knows why. They don't want to talk about it. That could be us sending drones. I hope that's the case, us doing it and doing research, and maybe they don't want to talk about it from that standpoint. I hope it's not an enemy, but we're going to find out on the 21st, the day after. You have to give me a little time for the inauguration, but shortly thereafter, we'll give you a report on it. We'll tell you exactly what it is. They know, and it's very strange that they aren't talking about it.
There you go. So you'll get an update. Don't worry, those updates will keep coming to you as far as what's going on with the drone stuff. So maybe you got a drone for Christmas.
I kind of want to hear the Louisiana governor talk more.
Just keep going.
That was awesome.
He's definitely a man of his people, it seems like, right? Like that's
yes.
You can't even fake
his
that at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't fake that one at the table.
That's it. That was big time.
Hey, Chase Myers up next. Let's get an inside look. What's going on with the winter weather? What's happening? Where are we at? Where's the cold line? Is it 10 inches or is it 10 feet? I don't know yet. I need to know.
You're talking scary numbers.
More Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie is on the way from 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, here we go. Have your preparations done for winter weather on the way to Lake Norman. Clouds on the increase and temperatures climbing into the upper 30s heading into the middle of the day. Snow starts to develop in the afternoon, and as it falls, it will stick to the roads immediately, make it for slick travel almost instantaneously. That snow will continue mixing with sleet late tonight into the overnight hours. Slick travel, of course, will remain into Saturday morning. Main roads improve Saturday afternoon, but slick spots still remain through the weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hi,
This is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress? Just need a moment away? Repeat after me. Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageandWellness.com with locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
Would you like to change your health situation? Improve your current health with a wellness consultation with me, Fred Lowry, pharmacist and doctor of natural medicine. I'll work with you to reach your individual goals. This includes a review of your current medications, supplements, diet, and lifestyle choices. This is a progressive way to improve your current health position for your future. Great for individuals or couples wanting to make improvement. Call me at Lowry Drug in Statesville, 704-873-2247.
Inspire your team and gallop to greatness. Our horses at Willow Equine are outstanding at working with people on leadership and team building skills, perfect for corporate retreats. Visit willowequine.com as you gallop to greatness.
Now is the right time to buy or sell your home. I'm Matt Madison with Madison & Company Realty. With high interest rates, low inventory, and a lot of people moving to our area, it makes people wonder. But we have the answers for you. Call us at Madison & Company Realty in Statesville to help you navigate the real estate market. 704-873-7700. Visit us online at MadisonandCompanyRealtyNC.com. Madison & Company Realty, we've got you covered.
When you have problems with your heating system, you need SHA Mechanical. Serving the region since 1975, SHA will make sure your system always stays in the best condition. Visit SHA Mechanical online at shamechanical.com.
Nothing but the best talk.
The area's best talk.
WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The tragic wildfires in Los Angeles have caused huge economic losses. AccuWeather's estimates run as high as $150 billion. That would rank among the most costly natural disasters in U.S. history. The cost to insurance companies could top $20 billion. 4 Federal Reserve officials were heard from yesterday, and they essentially spoke with one voice, indicating interest rates will likely stay right where they are for an extended period. Central bankers want to see more progress on inflation before the next rate cut. Some mandates affecting the federal workforce are among the executive orders President-elect Donald Trump is planning to sign within hours after he is sworn in. Sources say Trump will impose a government hiring freeze and issue an order that all federal employees return to their offices. Microsoft, Alphabet, and Adobe have joined Apple, each contributing $1 million to Trump's inaugural fund. Jeff Bellinger, Bloomberg Radio.
Who is this? This is 105.9 100.7.
WSIC. Local starts here.
Want to talk with Justin, Bill, or Mamie? Give them a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:34. Happy FriYAY to you. A different kind of FriYAY for the LKN community because snow is, or winter precipitate. I don't know what to call it. Chase Myers, WSIC meteorologist. At this point, what should we be calling this thing?
We should call this a winter storm.
A winter storm.
Winter storm. Okay.
The winter storm of 25. How's that?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It might not be the only one.
Uh-oh. Chase, I like you a lot, but you can't be talking like this. Let's be one and done, and then 3 more years of no snow. That's what I was hoping for.
All right, I'll tone it down a little bit.
Thank
I'll
you.
tone it down.
Appreciate it.
All right, what give us the update. What's the current status? How has the system moved? Where is it going? Predict the future for us. Is it 10 inches or is it 10 feet of snow?
Well, I don't know if it'll be either one of those, unfortunately. It's not going to be the, quote, big one that a lot of snow lovers want, but it will be pretty big in the way that it does impact and disrupt travel. But that's kind of the thing. I mean, we talked earlier this week about how the cold weather's kind of been locked in for a while, and that really lays the groundwork ahead of the system. So with that cold air in place, ground temperatures right now are around 33, 34. So anything that falls is going to stick immediately. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago, it's now all over the internet, memes and pictures of Glenwood Avenue in eastern North Carolina in Raleigh.
Yes.
And all of the traffic back up. Well, okay, see, that was only 1.5 inches of snow. But same situation there. The ground was so cold, everything was so cold, anything is going to stick. So bottom line, kind of the timeline we're looking at today, the storm right now is actually bringing snow to Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, and there's even a little bit of snow starting to make its way into South Carolina, around the Georgia-South Carolina line.
Snow in South Carolina?
Snow in South Carolina.
Okay.
Believe it or not. Not near us, but like Augusta, Georgia, kind of right on the line there, skirting the line on the border. But as we get into the afternoon, the system moves our way. Now, I'm going to give you. Bill said he couldn't wait to see what I educated him on today, so I'm going to give a little bit of education here. If you're tracking the system and you're tracking the snow this afternoon on radar, whether that's on your phone or you're watching it on TV, you may see it snowing over your house, but it might not actually be snowing at your house. So the reason for that is we have so much dry air in place. So if your lips are chapped, if your hands are all cracked up like mine are, that winter air is really super dry. So as that moisture runs into it, it evaporates initially before it's reaching the ground. So it may be snowing on radar, but might not quite be reaching the ground yet. I do think it starts to reach the ground really between about 2 and 5 for most of us. And once it does, like I said, it's going to stick fast. Winter storm warnings are in effect for the entire Piedmont of North Carolina and really most of the state. Once it falls, it's going to continue. And kind of the big piece of the puzzle here is also kind of part of the reason we're not expecting a ton in the amounts of snow. It's also going to mix with sleet. And kind of one of my snow rules is that sleet ruins everything. So if you get nice, fluffy snow that's packing up and stacking up, you get sleet that's really heavy and it'll pack it down. So this will likely end up being sort of a crunchy snow, but a mix of snow and sleet will continue from this afternoon on into tonight. It's gone by before sunrise tomorrow morning, but some of that slick travel, of course, is going to remain into midday. Main roads should clear up tomorrow afternoon, but again, side streets, neighborhoods, areas that are shaded are still going to have slick spots into Sunday and probably into early next week too.
And that's what we're wondering about now, right? Today's, and if you're going to have fun for the weekend, as far as it landing on a Saturday, right? If that's the best possible, for people's lives not to get disrupted. But around here, at least in past and historic, and wondering what your thoughts are for this one, the cold temperature each night, right? The refreezing. How long into next week? Like, does the air temperature ever get up or the ground temperature ever get up to where we can see it actually cleared out early enough next week? Or are we going to be dealing with this thing into mid and maybe even toward the end?
Well, even if it's still cold, the sunshine does a lot for us. So even if we are still in the 30s, the sun will help melt some of that away. Here's a tip for you, though. If you do get, if your driveway and stuff is covered, your sidewalks, walkways are covered in snow and sleet, the tip for you is that to shovel it and clear it out of the way tomorrow afternoon, because once it melts and refreezes Saturday night, it's going to be a mess and hard to get up. So we don't come up above freezing for overnight lows, for a week. So even if we come up into the 40s on Sunday and come up into the 40s on Monday, those overnight low temperatures are still in the 20s and still below freezing. So again, best thing to do is shovel it, move it, get it out of the way before Saturday night, because anything that melts will refreeze, and that'll take even longer to clear up too. I know folks up in the foothills and up along the Virginia border still have snow on their grounds from that little quick hitting system we had on Sunday last weekend. And that's because all that melted and kind of refreezed. So best thing to do is get out of the way first. But morning low temperatures are not going to come up above freezing for another week.
The ground crunch you were talking about, that it's wild because Mamie brought that up this morning. Then Bill and I were actually talking about that yesterday when we were outside. It's like literally like when you step on the ground, it's like it's hard and it crunches like a piece of ice. Like if you stand on a blade of grass, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, the grass doesn't give it all. It's just like walking on a brick.
Yeah. So for those that want to get outside and maybe catch it during the portion that it is the fluffy snow, right? Because that's what everyone's really going to be interested in if you're trying to play and do all that kind of stuff. Is that 2 to 5, that kind of window you're thinking of when that happens, or is it, kind of different than that? What do you think?
I think it's going to start to hit the ground after about 2 up until about 5. That's kind of like start time for me. So honestly, especially, there's so many schools, there's so many people having early dismissal from work. I really like to err on the side of caution here. So 2 o'clock, I'm going to say, is your be ready time. As we move toward 5, in that time frame, I think you're going to likely start seeing the snow hit the ground. And I would really say from that point on, from the evening commute through through 8 and 9 o'clock, you're probably still going to be okay to play in some of the fluffy stuff. After that, we're probably going to see some of that sleet start to mix in, so then it gets crunchy.
In Boone, right, the wind, we all remember the wind. If you went to App or you went to any mountain hills or any place with the wind.
Yeah, that gets you.
Cuts you.
Yeah.
What are we looking at from a wind perspective through us? Because now I'm thinking, okay, layers. When you go outside, you're going to get the kids bundled up, right? So what are we looking at there?
Somebody asked me yesterday, and we've had a lot of wind lately, and the one thing that people hate is wind at night while they try to sleep. But this really is not a super windy system for us. Nothing out of the ordinary. I would expect wind gusts probably on the order of about 20 to 25 miles an hour, really kicking up tonight and tomorrow. It's not crazy. We're not expecting damaging wind or anything. That wind just kicks up as the system moves through. But I really think at the most some 25-mile-per-hour gust, which is nothing out of the ordinary of a breezy day around here. So nothing to worry about there, nothing crazy there. And as far as people are also asking about power outages, this is not a system where I really see power outages stacking up. There may be a few isolated, but as far as power outages stacking up across the board, I just don't really see it. I think the biggest problem, at least with this system, is going to be the travel that it disrupts and for how long.
The plowing and the putting the de-icer stuff and all that. I think some of the roads here they've definitely done some of that solution. People put salt on their driveway. Does that really work? Like, do you think that stuff works? Like, does that get rid of it and make sure that's a way of preventing the refreeze of it and all that stuff? Is it worth it to get out there maybe for some folks?
Yeah, it helps. Don't take your salt shaker and go try to.
Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna take the big can of Morton's out there and just sprinkle it on the driveway.
But if you have some of the ice cream salt, if you have that works. That rock salt is really what you need. And I had somebody ask me this yesterday too. Some of these roads around here are like they just dumped powdered sugar all over them. That's kind of what they look like. But the brine solution that they use is a lot better now on your cars than the salt is. So if you get behind a brine truck, at least me, I'm super particular. It makes me freak out. Not going to be the case if you get behind one of those brine trucks versus a salt truck. So the brine solution they're putting out is a lot better as far as melting it and as far as moving it out of the way. The salt doesn't do quite as well, and it also works for your car. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. But that stuff, it does work. Again, ground is so cold. If it falls fast enough, it may overcome some of that. So you'll likely see plows on the road tonight through tomorrow morning too.
Chase Myers, a real-life meteorologist here at WSIC. Taking you to the other extreme, snow's one end, fire's the other. Not expecting like that. I'm sure you've been seeing the stuff, obviously, there. Yeah. You've studied meteorology and all this kind of stuff. Can you give us any kind of high-level overview of, like, what is, like, the situation? Why are these fires popping up in general? Like, how does this happen?
So have you guys ever heard or maybe seen chatter of the Santa Ana winds?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so what those are, it's just a common weather phenomenon out that way. And think about where those fires are, right? There's so many hills and mountains and valleys out in California. And so what happens is that air, as it comes across those valleys, it runs into the valleys. And as air sinks, it warms. So any kind of fire that you have, any kind of wind that you have, as it moves down in those valleys, it's only drying out and warming up. And think about here, when we talk about dangerous fire weather, what are we talking about? We're talking about dry weather, windy weather, and warm weather. And so all of those things sort of combine themselves together to make them so bad. So, it's wildfire season in California, but any kind of weather system, wind system that comes through, those Santa Ana winds really kick up. And it's we don't have those here. It's not a weather phenomenon like, oh, here comes the Santa Ana winds to North Carolina. It doesn't happen. It's just one of those things on where they live and something that's pretty special and, significant to their weather pattern and their climate out there. So just kind of a combination of everything, the wind, the dry air, the wildfires that were already going, everything just kind of blossomed up really into what is now a perfect storm and really just incredible images, sad images out that way.
Chase Myers, WSIC meteorologist. We appreciate you, sir. Enjoy the snow.
You got it, guys. Stay warm, stay safe.
Keep it right here. Justin, Bill, and Mamie will be right back with more KN on 105.9, 100.7, WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, here we go. Have your preparations done for winter weather on the way to Lake Norman. Clouds on the increase and temperatures climbing into the upper 30s heading into the middle of the day. Snow starts to develop in the afternoon, and as it falls, it will stick to the roads immediately, make it for slick travel almost instantaneously. That snow will continue mixing with sleet late tonight into the overnight hours. Slick travel, of course, will remain into Saturday morning. Main roads improve Saturday afternoon, but slick spots still remain through the weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Karaoke is back at Micaiah's Bar on Thursday, January 9th. You asked, and Micaiah's came through with CJ the DJ. Karaoke starts at 8 p.m. and ends when everyone stops singing. Bring your performance, no matter how good or bad you think you are. Come have a night full of fun with karaoke at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Thursday, January 9th. Friday night, Callista Jade will perform at the Wine Maestro in downtown Statesville. The singer and guitarist will begin her set at 7 p.m. Come on out for a fun night Friday at the Wine Maestro in Statesville. This Saturday is the Chili Plunge and Chili Cook-Off at the Lake Norman YMCA. This free, family-friendly event promises to be lots of fun, whether you take the waterfront plunge or hang out enjoying homemade chili and s'mores. Post-plunge, you are welcome to warm up in the YMCA sauna or steam rooms. Proceeds benefit the YMCA annual campaign. Register for the Chili Plunge and Chili Cook-Off at ymcacharlotte.org. 'Tis the season to lace up your skates at Burkdale on Ice, happening now through January 26th. For the third year, Burkdale Village in Huntersville has an ice skating rink, and they can't wait to lace up their skates with you. Ice skating reservations to ensure skating time slots are accepted. Walk-ups are also welcome. Go to BurkdaleVillage.com for details, information, and tickets to Burkdale on Ice. Get behind the wheel and drive a NASCAR race car at Charlotte Motor Speedway. If you don't want to drive, go for a NASCAR ride-along. The NASCAR racing experience is as real as it gets. There is no lead car to follow, and no instructor rides with you when you drive. Book your NASCAR racing experience today at 704-886-2400. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for details and more information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Give us a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:48. Happy FriYAY. Thanks again, Chase Myers, for checking in with us. WSIC meteorologist, keeping us apprised of what's going on. There's two sides of it, right? There's the weather side, and then there's the safety side as well. You've got to consider. Iredell County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Darren Campbell, putting out this post on Facebook here because there's safety things that we really do, you do want to consider if you're going out and about genuinely. And here's the post. Snow is expected in our area starting this afternoon, January 10th. With snow showers likely throughout the day. Safety reminders for driving in snowy conditions. Drive slowly. Snow-covered roads are slippery and stopping takes longer. Slow down. Allow extra time to reach your destination. Increase your following distance. Leave plenty of space between you and the vehicle ahead. Really stay home if possible. If your trip isn't absolutely necessary, stay off the roads to stay safe. And check on your neighbors. Look, we're a community. Check on each other. Take a moment. Check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors. Ensure they're safe and have what they need during the storm. It's just a nice thing to do. It's the right thing to do.
It is a nice thing to do.
It's kind of like when you're driving on Ckezepis now, which everyone kind of does at some point in their day, it seems like, around here, cutting through to one of the towns. It's more of like a continuous flow of traffic, so it's people coming in and out all day long on Ckezepis. Let's keep that momentum going.
Keep it going.
It's working.
Remember that 5-second rule that Jim taught us?
Yeah.
Increase that following distance. And then we've shared this also to the WSIC Facebook page, so you can read it all for yourself if you're not able to look at it right now.
And Sheriff Darren Campbell, one of the hosts here at WSIC, he hosts the Good, the Bad, and the Guilty Him team. Captain Matt usually on there as well.
Great
and
show.
Other officers that come on. So grateful for the emergency service. So you can check out the Good, the Bad, the Guilty every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, but you can also catch it on demand anytime on the WSIC News app, also wherever you get your podcasts or watch your videos. One of the things I mentioned yesterday to check on, batteries, CES, Consumer Electronics Show.
These kind of batteries is what I
This
need to
might
check
be
on?
the battery that everyone needs for their home in general, just to have. This might take over 9 volts, AA's, AAA's. China has unveiled mini nuclear batteries with 50-year power supplies. Now, this wasn't actually at CES.
Oh, it wasn't.
This
Okay.
wasn't. But this is them coming out with it same week of, kind of like sideline press announcement,
Okay.
maybe. Beijing-based Betavolt is the name of the company. Developed a nuclear battery that delivers continuous power for up to 50 years without needing a charge, measuring smaller than a coin. So if you think about like those little circle batteries that you got to get, it uses nickel-63 isotopes to generate electricity, making it ideal for drones, AI equipment, medical devices, and microprocessors. Unlike traditional batteries, Betavolt's design is safe, non-explosive, and eco-friendly, with the decayed isotope converting to non-radioactive copper.
Fantastic.
Which is always great. We need more copper, I think, don't we? I think
We need less radiation, too.
yeah, so double whammy there. The company aims to launch a 1-watt version by late 2025. A watt? I think that's pretty big, right? Isn't a watt? You can do some damage with a watt.
I don't know. I know it took, gigawatt to go to 88 miles per hour and go back in time. So we're on our way. I would think this, like, I was just thinking about if you could get that in your phone. Like, if I get one to last 5 years without needing to charge, I don't need 50 years. I need 5 years without needing to charge. If I didn't have to charge my phone, I feel like that would be a superpower. You don't have to be like, sorry, guys, I got to plug my phone in.
50 years, yeah.
Yeah, I just want 5. Just give me a phone with a battery that lasts 5 years, and I'll buy a new one every 5 years. That would be a game changer, though.
That would be.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can make these. I don't know what you do with all the old batteries. And what happens to AA's and AAA's then? Like, did we convert? Is that what we
Yeah, they're going to sell this one at the Dollar Tree. That's what I need to know.
Yeah. This is probably not there.
This is not going to be the $1.25 tree.
No, we're moving past it. Don't be telling people about my Dollar Tree batteries. Do we buy farm products from Yorkshire? Do we know if we do?
I don't know.
Their farmers are on strike, so we need to know if this is something that's going to affect us or not. I guess over in the EU, the farmers are protesting inheritance taxes on family farms, and so they're just running the. We see the driving of the tractors and things
Right,
like
it's like a parade here.
they are running these things in the. You imagine these things coming in the downtown
Y'all
Mooresville?
leave them farmers alone, man.
It is interesting how it does seem to consistently be the farmers.
It is
who
the
get,
farmers
who
who
get
get the-
caught.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing things that they do.
Isn't it kind of like a teacher conversation where, like, okay, we need to figure out something for teachers because of what they do is unique and special, right, for the kids and the future. Like, the farmers kind of do something unique and special, like, and it's a grind to really do it. So
I mean,
it's
have
like,
you ever tried to grow a tomato? It's hard. It's hard to grow a vegetable or fruit in your backyard.
I've maybe had in 3 years of this vine, I have 1 grape.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like 1.
Like, this is
I got 4 raspberries last year.
it's a special skill. Like,
the harvest.
Just to dig the hole to plant the seeds is hard, Imagine, like, all the things that go into it, and they're making food for everybody. Yeah, leave them alone.
Still
I agree
ain't
with
had no
Bill.
blueberries because them squirrels or something keeps coming. So I don't. Who
Now, I'm
knows?
not sure on the details of whatever they
Sure.
are protesting, but they seem upset, and I know that people. I feel like I would rely on farmers.
Well, and
Yeah,
it seems
I
like it
like
has to do with
food.
inheritance tax, which the farming and stuff isn't cheap to do that. These
That's what I'm
days,
saying.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
it's already hard
that's-
enough to be a farmer.
Yeah.
Like, just let
Let
them
them
pass their
just
money.
leave them
along.
alone. Leave them alone.
Do you guys want to AI? No, we won't do the AI. List
No,
night.
not yet. Maybe later.
Sports stuff for the weekend. Congrats to the Fighting Irish last night.
I saw a
for
clip of that.
winning-
Yeah, they won. They won yesterday.
They beat Penn State, so
Yeah.
they're going to the national championship now.
Correct,
They are
yeah.
in it.
They are in it.
Who's
See,
the other bout? Oregon,
It is
Ohio
happening-
State?
No, Ohio State and oh my gosh, you just made me draw a blank when you said Oregon. Oregon and Ohio State played.
And
last
Ohio
week.
State beat them.
Is
Yeah,
Texas
pretty
still
badly.
in it?
Yes, Texas.
Texas. All right, we'll be
Texas,
watching that one
Ohio
this
State.
weekend. That'll be our plans for the weekend.
It's tonight. Yeah,
For tonight. That's our plan for tonight.
and then you got playoff NFL football.
Eating
all
bread and
weekend.
milk sandwiches.
So, yeah, you'll be good.
Yep. Eating bread and milk sandwiches and watching.
Yeah, we're
Watching
getting close to
football.
the end of the season for the NFL. It's been
A grind.
since August, right? Like it's been here, and it's
It'll be
coming
back,
to-
too.
And I saw a clip interview. Luke Kuechly was on some podcast, and I saw a clip of him, and he was like, "Man!" And they just showed a picture of him, like prime time, Panthers. She's like, "I would trade places with that guy in a minute." It was so wholesome. It was so
he was
sweet.
just talking about how much fun it was.
How
to
much
be a
fun it
Panther,
was to be a Panther. Yeah,
to
yeah.
play at Bank of America Stadium. Yeah.
Hang out with the guys. He's like, you're hanging out with your friends. You're, working out all the time. You're in great shape. You're having fun. And it was really, really fun to watch. I watched it probably 3 times just because it was so enjoyable for me.
Sports really is about fun. It's about entertainment. It's about having a good time, and because everyone can rally around it. Look at the Olympics. It's everybody all over the world that can be a part of it. Another cool thing that happened in sports, the quick time's been set by Matt Good. He qualified at Eagle River. Sorry.
What is that?
So who? The quick time?
Yeah.
What's that?
This is this
This sport?
This is definitely a sport, and I think this is another. Look, we've talked about darts. We've done. I don't
That's
know
awesome.
exactly what this is.
Snowmobiling? Have you ever gone snowmobiling?
No.
I have.
Oh my gosh, is it fun?
This is snowmobile racing, though.
Yeah.
But you're
and
racing yourself.
I'm here to tell you that this is amazing. I've never been. I was very happy on my snowmobile. It was
I
awesome.
believe it.
And they before we went out on like the trail in Colorado, they took us to like a little place to practice, like a little track just like this. And man, they just kind of let us,
Does it grip? Like, can you feel it when you run?
Oh yeah.
I
You
do
can
like
lean
how he
into it.
basically,
you have to
yeah,
lean
he
into it. It's all that, so it's fun.
He basically rides on the snow whenever he's taking the turns. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, it was one of those activities that we planned before going out there. And when the day came, it was like super snowy, and it was like, do we really want to do this? And I'm so glad we did it. It was awesome. So I recommend snowmobiling anywhere, even if there's no snow.
So they're not exclusively for snow. You can run. Can you run them anywhere? Like
no,
on dirt?
I just love them that much.
Okay, got it. You're willing to risk. Okay, got it.
Correct.
Matt Good though, he's clearly willing to risk. He's laying it
good
out
for
there. On
him.
that. Yeah, qualifying at Eagle
now
River.
I know that this is a thing. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Are you gonna you can go pro on this one, Bill?
Probably.
I'm telling you, we could put together an Olympics.
Start the Lake Norman League. Can we start the
together.
Lake Norman Snowmobile League, please?
So okay, snowmobiling is one. Darts can be in it too.
I'm pretty good at darts too. Pretty
And
good.
then I think sailing battleships. I think that also should be as part of it as well. I don't think that.
Okay,
that's...
I'm not doing snowmobiling unless it's like in the summertime. That's called jet skiing, I think.
We can have that one too. That's
Can we
the
do
summer
that one?
version.
I'll do
That's-
that one.
Yeah,
I'll do that one.
All right. An AI lesson will be coming a little bit later. Interesting about the size of the California fire, the 14,000 acres. I was just trying to think about what that, or excuse me, 17,000 acres. That's how big it is now at this point, they're saying.
And it's like 3 different fires now, or is it 2? I can't figure that out.
This is I guess you're right, the size of the Palisades fire.
This is just the Palisades fire, but I think there's Palisades. I think there's Hollywood Hills just started yesterday. And then there's another one too.
Las Vegas is being affected now by the California fires. Las Vegas, here on X, the city of Las Vegas, putting out this tweet. In an abundance of caution due to the fires in California, the main pipeline that brings gasoline and other fuels to the Las Vegas Valley looks to face temporary disruptions in service. The CalNev pipeline is the key line that brings gasoline and other types of fuels from refineries in California to Las Vegas. It's over 560 miles long. We've assessed fuel reserves for emergency responses vehicles and are confident we will continue to provide emergency services for the duration of this event. Residents should reconsider heavy driving while the pipeline is potentially disrupted. So starting to affect, you know what I mean? Like outwardly. So interesting conversation. And remember the dialogue or things that President-elect Trump has said is like, are we talking about that California could be saved literally by letting water flow down the state that's there?
Mm-hmm.
That's a crazy concept to think about because water in California has been a conversation for a long time.
Yeah.
A long, long time. Speaking of water, get some before you go out the door. Definitely should because it's cold. And when you're cold, you get dehydrated easier, right? Isn't that a thing? I think you get dehydrated easier. The air's thinner. Or is it thicker? Does the air actually like change like to bigger or smaller? Or is that just my body like picking
I don't know.
Today you're bigger? Is that?
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville, W264CU Statesville.
Hi, This is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshlawFirm.com.
Destroyed on both sides of the street, and every single street we've passed by looks like this.
Another 5,000 plus homes and buildings have burned in other fires, and this is making the firefight tougher.
LA County Super Scooper aircraft that are so important. There's only 2 of them. One of them is now grounded because it was struck by a civilian drone out here at the Palisades fire.
A storm that dumped almost a foot of snow on Texas has canceled more than 2,000 flights today, many to and from Atlanta, Charlotte, Dallas, and Nashville, as much of the South gets a dose of winter. America's listening to Fox News.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
The Supreme Court's decision not to block President-elect Trump's sentencing today in New York was not the only Trump defeat in court yesterday.
An appeals court's going to allow the Justice Department to release reports on probes conducted by the special counsel on President-elect Trump's efforts to subvert election results and the mishandling of classified documents. Special counsel Jack Smith has turned in that material to the Attorney General. Trump at his Mar-a-Lago home wasn't holding back when it comes to how he feels about the special counsel.
I will tell you, Jack, he is a disgrace.
The ruling means the election interference report could be released in days. The classified documents report will not be released while there's an ongoing prosecution against Mr. Trump's former co-defendants. Jill Nato, Fox News.
Well, later this hour, we will get a key update to the economy. Fox's Hillary Barsky reports.
Wall Street economists are predicting that a modest 155,000 jobs were added in the final month of 2024, down from 227,000 in November. In December, the unemployment rate is forecast to hold steady at 4.2%. The jobless rate has become one of the key numbers to watch to get a sense of the Fed's next move.
Last month, the Federal Reserve cut interest rates again. It's not clear when they'll do that again. Ahead of that, on Wall Street, after a day off of trading in honor of former President Jimmy Carter's funeral, stock futures are down modestly. In the college football playoffs, a last-minute win for Notre Dame.
Snap and hold are good. The kick is good!
A game-winning field goal with just seconds left, set up by an interception. Notre Dame beat Penn State 27-24 on ESPN. The Fighting Irish advanced to the championship game. They'll play the winner of tonight's other semifinal, Texas versus Ohio State. An NFL playoff game Monday night has been moved out of Los Angeles because of the wildfire disaster. The Rams will play the Vikings in Arizona. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Well, here we go. Have your preparations done for winter weather on the way to Lake Norman. Clouds on the increase and temperatures climbing into the upper 30s heading into the middle of the day. Snow starts to develop in the afternoon, and as it falls, it will stick to the roads immediately, make it for slick travel almost instantaneously. That snow will continue mixing with sleet late tonight into the overnight hours. Slick travel, of course, will remain into Saturday morning. Main roads improve Saturday afternoon, but slick spots still remain through the weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Ready for a fresh start this year? Come to Nina's Boutique in the heart of downtown Cornelius. Nina's carries trendy pieces in sizes extra small to 2X. Discover your new favorite outfit and let us help you feel confident and stylish. See you at Nina's Boutique.
New lunch specials now available at Mooresville's best Italian spot, Pomodoro's. Open Tuesday through Sunday and ready to serve you the best Italian this side of the motherland. View the mouth-watering menu at pomodoros.com.
They're back. More of Justin, Bill, and Mamie now. It's Good Morning LKN from WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning,
Good morning,
LKN. 8:06. Happy Friday. Happy Snow Day.
Snow Day.
That's what it is.
Sorry,
Today,
Andy.
starting around somewhere between 2 and 5 o'clock-ish is kind of officially. Does Snow Day start like because we've declared it, or does it actually have to like fall from the
I don't know.
sky?
What's your rule? Is it a snow day just because school's out?
You got the result.
Yeah, you got out of school. You wore pajamas backwards. You put ice in the toilet. What is the other? There's one other thing.
Put ice in the toilet?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Those are superstitions to get the snow to come.
Wait a second.
Okay, you put ice cubes in the toilet.
Oh, it's ice?
Yeah, ice cubes in the toilet.
Oh, I think I heard it wrong.
You put your pajamas on backwards, and then there's something that you put under your pillow, and I can't remember what the third thing is to get it to snow.
A cracked egg?
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds right. Cracked egg under your pillow. Yep.
No, that's not.
No, that's
I've
not
not heard
it?
of that before. It's just sort of probably not a cracked egg, but
Did your kids do the snow dance to make it snow?
Nah.
No.
No, I mean, just dance around. They just
You don't
dance.
have any
That's,
traditions to get it to. No, that's
I
all.
just ask Jesus. Just say, send that snow, Jesus.
Here, Jesus, please send the snow.
Send it.
Well, Justin, you said like your kids have, because I mean this will be some people's first time playing in snow. Possibly.
Oh, we got the gear out.
Your
last
kids,
night.
right? It
we
really
got
is.
The gear
I mean,
out.
I guess they've been to the mountains to play in snow, but this is
Right.
really be their first snow.
Like home.
So
home snow.
Noah,
Home field snow.
Noah was born in the snow.
Okay.
You say
and
that,
then,
and I'm like, what? By wolves?
Like baby Jesus.
In the manger?
It was the one in 2018, December 2018, and it was that big snow that happened then, and he was born literally on the night it snowed, and pretty wild. And so then he's had one more snow in his life since being born 3 years ago, whatever it was. Now he was 2 or 3, so he lasted outside, I think 14 minutes, I think is what it was.
Right.
Emmy, I believe, had just been born. We didn't bring her outside, and she wasn't born in the snow like Noah was, though she has experienced snow in her life. And so, this will be the first. Got all the bibs out.
Right,
Oh, you guys have?
Yeah,
you guys have all that?
We had bought them for previous, and after a big snow happens, okay, let's we get the gear because we're like, okay, the next time it happens, we're ready.
They still fit, or you just buy them every year now?
No, they happen to fit. No, they
fit.
yeah, they fit. Yeah, we gonna put them on. It's been 3 years.
It'd be like Randy on
that or-
Christmas Story. I can't put my arms down.
Right. No, but some kids are gonna find out like how important waterproofing is.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
cold and
yeah.
how that relationship works.
Okay, now you do know what Southern snow boots are, though, right?
Oh,
Bags.
is that bags
Yeah.
and socks? Oh,
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Bags.
Not
Bags.
against it at all. No,
And the
absolutely.
gloves too. You put the Ziplocs on the gloves.
Tape it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to tape it because we didn't actually have like Ziplocs. We had whatever Harris Teeter brand was.
Great value.
Yeah, great
Right.
value. Yeah. So those were our snow gloves. Snow boots were the kids with the baggies over him, the grocery bags. I think I remember like 2 really big snows. Not that there weren't more than that, but I remember 2 really big ones when I was a kid, and just sledding and being out of school for like a week. It was really fun. And my dad was really into, he was the dad who always had the video camera on his shoulder, like permanently attached to him. He had the big one that had like the full VHS tape one in it.
Wasn't interrupting anybody, just literally was recording
He was
everything
just recording
that was happening.
everything.
Just B-roll, keep it going.
Yeah, he was recording everything. And then he stepped it up one year and got the switcher, the 2 VCRs, so we could do editing and all this. That's how I learned how to edit video on 2 VCRs. Yeah, that's old school.
Like it. Roll the tape, Dad.
Yeah. And then he gets the little sound effects machine to go with it. So like every year we just added more and more and more onto our little video production studio. So it was pretty fun in our laundry room. Which was always fun.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, maybe
WLEE.
No, it was WSDN.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Sarah, my sister, got her initials.
Nice.
Now,
She
though,
won that
do
battle.
you pull the phone out? I mean, you got to be able to pull the phone out, basically. Be careful with holding the phone with the water and the snow and all that. You know, you drop the phone.
I know
in the
you
snow.
drop that big
That's-
video camera; it's doing just fine. You can throw it across.
Clunk. It's good.
It's gonna break your toe. It's not gonna hurt anybody. That thing's gonna be fine.
The original OtterBox.
Yeah, it was a good time though.
Did you see the funeral for former President Carter was yesterday?
Yes.
The who's who in the political world obviously were there because it was a president of the United States who had passed away, and that's a big deal, right? Like every time that's happened in the past, there's a pomp and circumstance. There's a lot. This one happened, I think, a little bit quieter, just given that it was between the transition here between presidents. Certainly an interesting exchange yesterday, just in the world of. You go through elections and you battle, right? And I've never ran for political office.
No, go on.
But
Let us know.
the battling right in public, but then you still have to see the person, right? Kind of thing. And so there's an exchange of President-elect Trump sitting next to former President Obama. And this is the actual video here from within. Is this at the Capitol or is that it's at a church somewhere?
It's at a church somewhere in D.C.
And you can see, and I'm assuming it's because of the number of president, right? Kind of thing that they end up sitting next to each other.
I think there were 5. Well, Melania. I'm sorry, not Melania. Sorry, Obama's wife. Her name is Michelle Obama. Sorry, she's in Hawaii, so she was out of town. So that's why they ended up sitting next to each other because she wasn't there.
Okay.
But yeah, I do like how they put. I've seen this was all over my timeline last night, and I went deep into the bad lip reading and things like that. I was dying.
Which are
laughing.
hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yes, this is internet fuel.
Yeah, this is fantastic. My favorite part of this whole, this exchange, some people were saying they're talking about golf. I think I'm not sure what they were talking about, but the favorite part was whenever former President Bush walked in, he just gave Obama like a slap to the chest, like, "What's up, dude?"
Classic.
It was like, "Good to see you again, pal."
Still throwing the baseball pitches out in the middle of the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was great. And then Vice President Harris, when she came down, she gave looks could kill. Yeah, it was not. She didn't seem too thrilled.
Nope. There's the look back right there.
Yeah. The look back
Ooh,
was.
wow.
That's tough.
Yeah, so clearly something going on, and we're getting closer and closer to January 20th when there will be a shift of power there at the executive branch in the United States, and so we'll see what continues to happen. Somebody has, I think it's one of the congressperson out of South Dakota has filed the start of the process, I guess, because there is a bureaucratic process, like when you do a bill or change a name, for example, the negotiate with the Panama Canal, like so the president can, like officially with Congress, somebody has submitted at least the initial process of that. And so we'll see if that ends up happening at all as far as in the immediate. Definitely some big things will shift. Again, immigration is going to happen. I'm just telling you, come January 20th, there's going to be a lot of that out there. So just be prepared for that, and a lot of new things will shift as part of this. Now, will the world keep spinning regardless? Of course it will. It always will.
I just want to know what they were talking about.
Yeah, that's
what are y'all
also
talking
true.
about? Swapping recipes? Talking about the snow? What you talking about?
I don't know if any. I mean, I think not that President-elect Trump doesn't like sports, right, or anything like that, but I don't know. Obama usually tweets about sports a lot more. It seems
maybe
like,
talking
so
sports,
trying
golf,
to.
something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'd like to know what they're talking about. I would watch this reality show all day.
Yeah.
Former presidents all hanging out, put Clinton, put
them
all
all
these,
together?
put them all together in a house. I would watch that show all day long. The drama. my gosh.
With all of them with their different needs of the
Yes.
season of life, but they
Yes.
have, and in this world, all of whatever they need to be able to live together, they can all have under one roof.
Come on, Bravo, make that show.
Stay where you are. There's more Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, here we go. Have your preparations done for winter weather on the way to Lake Norman. Clouds on the increase and temperatures climbing into the upper 30s heading into the middle of the day. Snow starts to develop in the afternoon, and as it falls, it will stick to the roads immediately, make it for slick travel almost instantaneously. That snow will continue mixing with sleet late tonight into the overnight hours. Slick travel, of course, will remain into Saturday morning. Main roads improve Saturday afternoon, but slick spots still remain through the weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The app with Lake Norman deals. The WSIC app is out now, wherever you get your apps.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Karaoke is back at Micaiah's Bar on Thursday, January 9th. You asked, and Micaiah's came through with CJ the DJ. Karaoke starts at 8 p.m. and ends when everyone stops singing. Bring your performance, no matter how good or bad you think you are. Come have a night full of fun with karaoke at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Thursday, January 9th. Friday night, Callista Jade will perform at the Wine Maestro in downtown Statesville. The singer and guitarist will begin her set at 7 p.m. Come on out for a fun night Friday at the Wine Maestro in Statesville. This Saturday is the Chili Plunge and Chili Cook-Off at the Lake Norman YMCA. This free, family-friendly event promises to be lots of fun, whether you take the waterfront plunge or hang out enjoying homemade chili and s'mores. Post-plunge, you are welcome to warm up in the YMCA sauna or steam rooms. Proceeds benefit the YMCA annual campaign. Register for the Chili Plunge and Chili Cook-Off at ymcacharlotte.org. 'Tis the season to lace up your skates at Burkdale on Ice, happening now through January 26th. For the third year, Burkdale Village in Huntersville has an ice skating rink, and they can't wait to lace up their skates with you. Ice skating reservations to ensure skating time slots are accepted. Walk-ups are also welcome. Go to BurkdaleVillage.com for details, information, and tickets to Burkdale on Ice. Get behind the wheel and drive a NASCAR race car at Charlotte Motor Speedway. If you don't want to drive, go for a NASCAR ride-along. The NASCAR racing experience is as real as it gets. There is no lead car to follow, and no instructor rides with you when you drive. Book your NASCAR racing experience today at 704-886-2400. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for details and more information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Give us a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, okay.
Oh, sorry.
8:18. Happy FriYAY to you. Happy snow day to you if you're already there. Maybe you're already there in your mind. I don't know if I'm there yet. I'm going to have to. I think at the snow, I have to see the snow for it to be a snow
It
day.
does look like a snow.
It looks like a snow day. It feels like a snow day. You just need to see the actual snow for it to be an official snow day.
Demi texted me a picture she took of the sunrise. It was absolutely looks like it was
gorgeous.
absolutely
Yeah,
gorgeous
somebody
this
sent me
morning.
one this morning too. Beautiful sunrise.
I don't think it. Yeah, actually, no. A bunch of people sent me a sunrise picture too.
Something
I'll
that
send
would
you
be
one, Bill. I'll
maybe
send
we
you
should
one.
consider sunrise sporting events. Joe Berg, WSIC sports director, joins us on the phone right now. Should there be a sunrise sport out there ever, right? Rather than just like because nighttime's cool at Bank of America Stadium when Charlotte FC has a nighttime game.
Night game.
That's
yeah,
another
those are hype.
level. Should we have sunrise games, Joe?
I think so. And, I think the first sport that should utilize that should be NASCAR.
Okay. Okay. I was going to say kids' sports should be
just
sunrise.
imagine
Wake them up, get them real tired. And they come home and take a nap.
Imagine a nice race where it starts dark and then all of a sudden the sun comes up.
And over
it
the
looks
hills.
beautiful.
Wow, you do paint a pretty picture.
That sounds nice. Yeah, let's do it.
Speaking of, NASCAR starts back up here in this month. I believe there's some going on, but Daytona is but 4 or 5 weeks away. Is it weird that it's already starting back up? Has NASCAR always started in February? It just seems cold to be trying to start a car at as far as a month goes.
Yeah, it does seem that way. But over the past, I don't know how long, it seems like NASCAR starts their regular season the week after the Super Bowl, really trying to capitalize on people's viewing habits, because you go through the entire winter of every Sunday I'm going to sit down in front of the TV and watch some football. Well, now football's over. What do you do on those Sundays? And there's NASCAR immediately filling that void.
The other thing that's going to be ending very soon, college football. Congratulations to Notre Dame for winning the game last night. Where are we at with this college football playoffs, Joe? So the Ohio State Bucks and Texas Longhorns play each other tonight, right?
Oh, yeah. That'll be a really fun game. Last night's game was pretty much what we expected. I thought it was going to be a good game. So far, in my opinion, it's been the best game of the playoffs. I still would consider it to be a better game than what Arizona State and Texas had, even though that was a double overtime game. This one, just start to finish, felt like it was going to go down to the final plays of the game, and that's exactly what it did. A walk-off field goal, and Notre Dame advances.
Yeah, pretty wild. That kick at the end, and you see the faces here. Bill, I've got it actually on the sheet here. You see the faces. It's actually the second one over. You see the faces of the coaches, like after a full season. You know what I mean? And like that one kick. It's similar like when the Panthers played the Patriots, I believe it was, in that first round of the Super Bowl, and that kick, right? It just goes, and that's what that look. And so, on the WSIC News app right here, here's the kick right here. We can put it up here for a second, Joe.
In the semifinal, it's true! It's true!
There you go. 7 seconds left on the clock right now. 27-24. Notre Dame. There it is, the coach.
The agony of defeat.
For Penn State. Just, man. That's the culmination of a season, Joe, right there. Same thing happening for the NFL right now. We're coming up on the playoffs. Where are we at in the playoff structure? Who got a first-round bye and got to bypass and sit all their players and not worry about injuries? And even though it had nothing to do with the Bengals intentionally trying to get them out, where are we at with the NFL?
Yeah, I don't believe that it was an intentional thing to try and get the Bengals out. I know exactly what you're talking about there. But yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs, with the great regular season that they had, even though they didn't play any of their starters on the final weekend of the year, they still clinched the 1 seed, so they get the bye. And then in the NFC, you had the Lions beating the Vikings on Sunday Night Football to lock up the 1 seed. That is probably the biggest thing for the Lions right now, getting that bye, because of all the injuries that they have. It just gives everybody an extra week to rest and get ready. This Lions team, the farther they progress in the playoffs, the stronger they're going to get, because they're just going to keep getting people back from injury. So that's going to be something to look out for, definitely.
Injuries are certainly a situation. We had a couple coaches get fired from the Panthers yesterday. Injuries this time of year going into the draft. Should we be focused on the draft at this point, or no? Should I let the rest of the season go before the Panthers are really going to know where and who and what's going to be available for them next season?
No, it's officially draft season. We can't change where the Panthers are going to be drafting. We know exactly where that's going to be. And for the upcoming draft in April, they're going to have the number 8 pick in the draft. So the last win of the year cost them just a couple of spots in draft positioning, which honestly, if you're not at the top 3 in this year's draft, it's not the worst spot to be in. So I would just look for best player available once the pick comes around, no matter who it is. There's so many positions that can be improved on this team right now still. Even though we talked about the improvement that they had over the year, they can still get better, and through the draft is going to be a good way to do it. So I would say they're going to pick best available come April.
Another team that could use improvement, the Charlotte Hornets. Did they end up having? Are they going to have the game against the Lakers in LA with this whole fires situation, or is there any announcement on that yet?
The time is still to be determined on that game. There's a lot of things that are getting moved around. The NHL had to cancel a game last night. The NFL actually moved the playoff game between the Rams and the Vikings to Arizona. That was going to be played in LA. So the fires out in LA are definitely disrupting more than just, people's lives. It's the sports world, too, that's now being affected. It's just a bad situation over there.
And it really started at Christmas whenever the NFL had football on Christmas Day that took away from the NBA. I think that, forget the fires, the downside of the NBA was definitely Christmas. This part of the season, how far are we into the season? How much is left? And I'm trying to give Mames a little bit of insight on basketball. Now we're switching gears to a different team.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate
How does basketball work at this point?
So we're about, I'd say, a third of the way or so through the season. And the way it works is the top 10 teams are what you're going to look at in each conference. The teams that are 1 through 6 are automatically going to be locked into the playoffs, which is the 7-game format that we're used to. Teams 7 through 10 go into a play-in tournament where 2 teams emerge to move into that actual 7-game playoff. It's a 1-game elimination, the play-in tournament, but if that would be 7th through 10th in the standings. Right now, the Hornets are 13. Good news is they won their last game after losing quite a few in a row. So, hey, maybe that's the turnaround they need. They're still not mathematically out of it, but it would take almost a miracle to see them even competing for the play-in spot.
All right, if you heard it from Joe Berg first, Charlotte Hornets on their way to their first championship ever. Locally, and you got high school basketball going on right now, too. Think back to your times in high school here, Joe. Snow day coming up, season shifts. Our games, I think basketball typically more Tuesday, Thursday, maybe a Saturday game type scenario schedule, maybe? Is that about right?
There's, like Lake Norman and Mooresville, when they play bigger teams that are not from the area, it's usually on a Saturday. And Lake Norman actually has one more of those games coming up on their schedule. But for the most part, all of the schools in our area are just playing conference games for the rest of the year. They usually front load the schedule with the non-conference games. And then once you come back from the new year, it's all conference heavy. So this is the important time. It doesn't matter how you started the year. Win your conference games, get a good bid for that conference tournament, and there's a chance you can find yourself in the playoffs.
Who's the teams to be looking out for here locally? Like who's got the basket? Like North used to be real good back in. Remember how good North was at one point? North Mech. What around here?
Crest High School is really good.
Yeah.
So right now, Lake Norman and Mooresville are the 2 best schools in the area for basketball. Lake Norman 13-1 to start the year, which is just a fiery start for them. But also you see West Iredell having a much better year than they had last year. And Statesville High School as well, hovering just above that 500 mark. They actually played West Iredell last night and got the win against them, which is huge for those conference standings. Those 2 teams are going to be duking it out for a good bid in that conference tournament at the end of the year. So there's definitely some teams in the area that we're going to need to keep an eye on. But honestly, it's a little bit fewer schools in the area than the football season. Some of these schools are they're struggling this year, and it is unfortunate to see. But we do have the good teams to keep an eye on as well.
Of all the copious amounts of cash that flows through sports, none more than through baseball. Shohei Ohtani, I noticed that he is throwing again a little bit as far as working through his surgeries and all that kind of stuff. Is going into the springtime and for baseball and looking next year at that, the whole contract thing, right? He's making a lot of money. You think he still comes out next year swinging the bat like he did this year?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's going to be any question as to how well he swings the bat. I do think that the question is going to be, what does his arm look like? He opted not to get the Tommy John surgery. He did a different type of surgery. And it's supposed to be this new cutting-edge thing, but we're not sure yet. So we'll see what ends up happening with Shohei Ohtani's arm. But his bat is one of the best in the league. If you watch a Dodgers game and you watch and just turn the volume up on your TV when Ohtani's at bat, if he connects with the ball and hits it in the sweet spot, it just sounds different than anybody else in the league. I don't know how to explain it. It's something that you need to hear. But his bat is one of the best in the league.
Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director, also host of The Scoreboard, Monday through Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. You can catch him usually most days on the Home Ed Show, too. But Wild Bill's here because the snow. We're prepared for the snow, Joe. Right. I know you're from Jersey, but we do it different down here. You know that. Everybody, keep your head on a swivel. Have a great weekend, Joe.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Keep it right here. Justin, Bill, and Mamie will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Here we go. Have your preparations done for winter weather on the way to Lake Norman. Clouds on the increase and temperatures climbing into the upper 30s heading into the middle of the day. Snow starts to develop in the afternoon, and as it falls, it will stick to the roads immediately, make it for slick travel almost instantaneously. That snow will continue mixing with sleet late tonight into the overnight hours. Slick travel, of course, will remain into Saturday morning. Main roads improve Saturday afternoon, but slick spots still remain through the weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hey, it's Kevin Harrison with Harrison's. Now's the time to load up on layers. From lightweight long-sleeve t-shirts to heavy-duty Sherpa line coats and everything in between. Harrison's has what you need to work safe and work warm all winter long. Come see us on Norman Station.
Hey, can you hear us all right?
Hey, yeah, how's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad. Good to see you. You staying warm today?
Trying to, yeah.
That's it. A couple, let's see, try to do some quick math. About 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes till we're back, all right?
Okay.
All right, cool deal.
A personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshlawFirm.com.
This is Daniel.
And this is Marsha.
From NC Auto Repair. Keep that car running like new this new year by stopping by NC Auto Repair for all your automotive needs. We're now offering a customer loyalty program for your oil changes. If it's automotive related, we can handle it. Stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue or call us at 980-223-2957, NC Auto Repair. And remember, if you want to go far, you've got to service that car.
Our military faces a crisis. Recruitment down. Morale weak. Our leaders more focused on going woke than killing terrorists and defending America. President Trump nominated Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense to change things. Hegseth isn't an insider or a swamp dweller. He's a decorated veteran of the United States Army who deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. And he's exactly who we need leading the Department of Defense. Hegseth will ban woke nonsense from our armed forces, strengthen our military, and make our soldiers proud to serve. Call your United States Senator at 202-224-3121. Tell them stand with Trump. Confirm Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. Again, call your senator at 202-224-3121. Tell them to vote to confirm Pete Hegseth and make our military great again. Paid for by American Leadership PAC.
If you're a builder and you haven't went to Little Shaver's Wood Shop, you're missing all types of lumber products, hard to find woods and paneling materials that are in stock and ready to help you conquer anything the job throws your way. Locally owned, Little Shaver's Wood Shop has a friendly, knowledgeable staff to get you in, out, and on with your day. Little Shaver's Wood Shop, 3301 Salisbury Highway in Statesville. Little Shaver's Wood Shop, LILshavers.com.
No radio? No worries.
Just ask Alexa to play WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Edison International's Southern California power utility is being asked by attorneys for insurance companies to preserve evidence in connection with the deadly Eaton fire in Los Angeles. A company filing posted with regulators says that no fire agency has so far suggested that the utility's electrical facilities were involved in an ignition or requested the removal or retention of equipment. The estimated potential economic losses from the deadly Los Angeles area wildfires has surged. AccuWeather has now estimated that those losses could reach as much as $150 billion. Looks like tensions are brewing again between Starbucks and unionized workers. Starbucks Workers United filed almost 3 dozen U.S. Labor Board complaints against the company this week. Starbucks called the latest allegations baseless. And investors get back to work today following the National Day of Mourning for former President Jimmy Carter, and jobs are in the spotlight this morning. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The best talk all day long.
WSIC.
Local starts here. That morning pep talk for Lake Norman, Statesville, with Justin, Bill, and Mamie now on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, okay, at 8:34. Happy FriYAY to you. We're joined now by probably one of the coolest, like, third-party setups like that we've seen, right? Like outside. Joey Waters, Joey Finds Toys, joining us right now on the video chat. You can check him out on social media if you're watching us live there, if you're on the WSIC News app. Joey, what's going on? Good morning, sir.
Hey, how's it going, man? Dude, I love the beanie there. That's amazing.
I appreciate I found a way to fit it on top of
There
the
you go.
cranium.
That's a good look right there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing Ninja Turtles is definitely primary here in the back. I see Thor's fisticles back there as well. Break us down your journey through the collectibles, and how did you get into this space?
Yeah, so I actually lived in Austin, Texas for a while, a couple years ago, and I was a musician on the weekend, so I had a lot of time through the week to kind of do stuff, and I like needed to, I don't know, get into something, some hobby or something, maybe a side hustle, and so I started watching, a lot of YouTube videos about different things. I think, every adult nowadays has to have a YouTube channel, right? And there was this really cool guy who would go around with like a GoPro on his chest to yard sales and stuff, and just try to find cool stuff, and he would kind of document that journey, and I was like, I could do that. It looks pretty fun. And so I started doing that a couple years ago, and just kind of got into it, fell in love with collecting, and just, those nostalgia hits when you find those things that you had when you were a kid. And it just it started pretty small with a couple of things, and has kind of, overtaken my life, kind of grown into a full thing, into a full business now.
And so when you go and you look for a toy, does the package matter? Like, is that a real thing in the collectibles world? Like being in a package, like, does any of that really matter?
So that's kind of a huge debate, man. That's funny. You have different people. And that's what I love about collecting is that, man, there's so many different ways to collect and so many different things. You got people that want to collect just the old stock stuff, the true vintage stuff. But, a lot of toy lines are coming out with new kind of stuff. Like He-Man is coming out with a whole new series they had the past few years.
New He-Man?
You have those kind of arguments. And then, but yeah, some people are like, do we keep it on card is what kind of the industry term is, to keep it in the package, or do you open it up and kind of, let it breathe? I think there's room for both, in that space. I'm a open it up and take it out kind of guy, because I feel like, the packages, they just take up so much space to display. So yeah, I'm kind of an open guy, but I usually don't find stuff. If I find something like in the package, I usually don't open it up. I usually find stuff already out of the package.
And so again, this is your business now at this point of you are seeking out collectibles, if you would, and you live in Statesville. You're right here. So are you going to people's houses, yard sales? Are you knocking on doors, sending out flyers? What are you looking for in the community right now?
Yeah, so I'm actually from here. I grew up in China Grove, North Carolina, out in Rowan County, the great metropolis out there. So I was over there, and sorry, something weird happened on the screen if people are watching. I don't know what that was. That was odd.
Definitely saw it. No, it was cool though, but it's definitely watching us is what that means. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, so okay, cool. Sorry, this is my first time. But yeah, I'm from China Grove, North Carolina, like I say, over in Rowan County, and then but I joined the National Guard when I was in high school here in Statesville. I was in out on Hartness Road. I knew a lot of those guys back in the day. But so I moved to Austin, Texas for a few years, and then came back. So yeah, I'm back here now. I want to hang out here in Statesville for a lot of years. Love this town. But yeah, I'm trying to grow my business here, just looking for those toys, those vintage collectibles and things. Again, those collections, maybe your kids had them, 30, 40 years ago, just been hanging out in the attic or the basement. Man, I want those toys. So if you have those toys in those spaces or collectibles, anything like that, I'm all here for that.
I know you already told Mamie no, but do you want my Beanie Babies instead of her Beanie Babies, or is is that the number one still, or what's the status of Beanie Babies?
Yeah, I really hate to be the bearer, sorry, no pun intended, of bad news. But yeah, Beanie Babies are pretty much worthless. I think there's 5 or 10 that are still worth something, but for the most part, they're really not worth anything unless you just love them. And again, that's the thing I love about collecting and that nostalgia. It doesn't have to be worth anything to anybody else except you. If it's worth something to you, then it's worth something. But no, in the general buying, selling market, Beanie Babies are pretty much worthless.
That's a bummer. I guess I'll just stuff my pillows with them then.
That's a good place. We'll have some I'll give to you if you need more.
So for people that maybe they have something and they want to reach out to you, what's the best way to start that process with you if they're interested and say, hey, I might have something. It may be nothing, right? You never know. One man's art is another's, and all
Trash
that.
and
Yeah,
treasure and all that kind of
that
stuff.
kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So, what? Give us the rundown. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so I'm just Joey Finds Toys on pretty much all socials, Instagram, Facebook. I have a little YouTube channel called Joey Finds Toys. Again, that's me going out documenting the journey of me trying to find a lot of this stuff. It's pretty random if you enjoy watching that kind of stuff. I kind of do a rundown of everything there. But yeah, Joey Finds Toys on all the socials, or joeyfindstoys@gmail.com. Or you can give me a call at 512-917-1080. And just like you said, like I love to see it all. Like if you think it might not be worth anything, well, heck, text me some pictures or whatever, and let's figure it out. I love seeing old toys. So yeah, reach out to me.
And you can catch Joey on the Home Ad Show Mondays and Thursdays. He checks in both days to see what's going on, what's the update on the streets here as far as the collectibles scene. So pretty cool. Check him out with Pat Reynolds. Batman's in today, actually, I think, instead of Pat Reynolds.
okay.
But that's another conversation,
Another
Joey.
story.
Flay. What's like the coolest thing in your mind that you've ever collected?
Oh man, that is a great question. You put me on the spot, man. I coolest. I don't know, man. I really like Voltron. Wish I'd have had it with my hands. I should have been prepared. You can't. It's off screen here. But there's Voltron. I'm a sucker for like the big robots. You remember when we were kids and like the Power Rangers when the Zords would come together, or the Transformer kind of stuff. There's something about big robots that like assemble together to me. So I found a Voltron toy and like a bin of discarded toys for super cheap. And that was a really cool find. So that might be my favorite find.
Marvel versus DC, is there one that's more valuable in the collectible space? Because, that battle happens in the movies and the comics world. So what about the collectible side?
That kind of stuff it's really like cyclical depending on what's hot right now. Like if a new movie is coming out, obviously any of the merch surrounding that thing. Speaking of He-Man, there's talks and stuff about the new He-Man movie coming out. Jared Leto just got announced as Skeletor, which I'm pretty excited
Oh,
about. I love
that'll
that
be
guy.
good. Yeah.
But anyway, so if anything comes out like this, the stuff surrounding it gets pretty hot. So it just depends. And then like the different lines, if it's a more collectible line or something, a different brand that made it, that is a lot that goes into it. I'm a Marvel fan myself. I don't know. I love that universe, the MCU, like you said, the gauntlet up there. But yeah, I'm a Marvel guy.
All right, so Marvel it is for Joe here. What are some of like the collectibles over time that we talk about, like Beanie Babies, right? Being like, okay, everybody can relate to Beanie Babies. Is there a collection besides Beanie Babies that's like is Barbie
I
the
was gonna
biggest
say
collection?
Barbie
You know what I
was
mean?
like
what's
my
the
universe
biggest
was
collection?
Barbie when I was a kid. I only have sisters, and so that's really like what I would flock to. Yeah, is that still big?
It just depends on kind of if you had it as a kid. All of those toy lines are big, from the He-Man to the GI Joes, Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Barbies, the vintage stuff. Obviously the older and condition really matters too. Like when people are looking at this stuff, they say, well, I've got a bunch of stuff, and then you look at it and it's like kind of falling apart. It's really cool, but it's just not worth much because of the condition. No, any of those lines that we had as a kids growing up in the 80s, 90s. And you got to think, as people are getting older, like honestly, the 80s toys, they're still kind of hot, but they're kind of cool in a little bit because all those people that kind of turned into adults from the 70s and 80s and had discretionary income to spend, we've bought everything that we want so far, kind of. And so, but now it's like you can watch the kind of the progression through the years because, the 90s kids and the 2000s kids are now growing up and having jobs and income to buy that stuff again. So it's just funny how that works through the years.
My mom has this habit of buying, or she did when my kids were like real little, the little people, you know what I mean, that are the special collectibles of the Batman and all this. Like how long does it take for something to become a collectible? Like, is there an age requirement in it, or is it more of just like a hype thing that kind of happens with it?
Yeah, it's honestly hype, collectible. Like I said, it's funny how, a few years ago, He-Man stuff was going crazy, and now it's kind of fallen off the market. But Ninja Turtles, I feel like right now we're kind of coming back up. It just really depends. It's funny, vintage, people get all these terms and stuff. Vintage means like 20 years or older. So technically anything 2005 or before is technically vintage, which makes me feel super old. Yeah, it's great. We're all vintage out here. And then anything over 100 years old is antique.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously the older and better condition, usually stuff, is worth more collectible. But that's not always the case. Just because it's old, if you ever watch Pawn Stars or something, just because something's old doesn't mean it's worth something. It really depends on, like you said, kind of what's in at the time. And it's all that stuff. It's cyclical. I mean, it comes and goes. It just really depends what's hot right now.
Joey Waters, you can find him across the internet. Joey Finds Toys. You can catch him also each week, Mondays and Thursdays, checking in with the Home Ad Show and Patrick Reynolds. What's going on locally? If you want to, Joey is local. Reach out to him. If you got something maybe that's like, this might be a collectible. Let me see if Joey's interested in it. And give him a shout. Reach out to him. Find him across social. Joey, appreciate you stopping by, brother. Have fun hunting.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Stay warm.
Stay where you are. There's more Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on the way from 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, man.
Here we go.
Thanks.
Have your
Appreciate
preparations done for winter weather.
Thanks. See you.
Yeah, have a good one. Stay warm. Stay inside.
I will try.
All right, take care.
All right, see you.
And as it falls, it will stick to the roads immediately, make it for slick travel almost instantaneously. That snow will continue mixing with sleet late tonight into the overnight hours. Slick travel, of course, will remain into Saturday morning. Main roads improve Saturday afternoon, but slick spots still remain through the weekend. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Karaoke is back at Micaiah's Bar on Thursday, January 9th. You asked, and Micaiah's came through with CJ the DJ. Karaoke starts at 8 p.m. and ends when everyone stops singing. Bring your performance, no matter how good or bad you think you are. Come have a night full of fun with karaoke at Micaiah's in Mooresville on Thursday, January 9th. Friday night, Callista Jade will perform at the Wine Maestro in downtown Statesville. The singer and guitarist will begin her set at 7 p.m. Come on out for a fun night Friday at the Wine Maestro in Statesville. This Saturday is the Chili Plunge and Chili Cook-Off at the Lake Norman YMCA. This free, family-friendly event promises to be lots of fun, whether you take the waterfront plunge or hang out enjoying homemade chili and s'mores. Post-plunge, you are welcome to warm up in the YMCA sauna or steam rooms. Proceeds benefit the YMCA annual campaign. Register for Plunge and Chili Cook-Off at ymcacharlotte.org. 'Tis the season to lace up your skates at Burkdale on Ice, happening now through January 26th. For the third year, Burkdale Village in Huntersville has an ice skating rink, and they can't wait to lace up their skates with you. Ice skating reservations to ensure skating time slots are accepted. Walk-ups are also welcome. Go to BurkdaleVillage.com for details, information, and tickets to Burkdale on Ice. Get behind the wheel and drive a NASCAR race car at Charlotte Motor Speedway. If you don't want to drive, go for a NASCAR ride-along. The NASCAR racing experience is as real as it gets. There is no lead car to follow, and no instructor rides with you when you drive. Book your NASCAR racing experience today at 704-886-2400. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for details and more information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Want to talk with Justin, Bill, or Mamie? Give them a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on WSIC.
It is 8:48, and I'm just getting home from patrol. The streets of Lake Norman, North Charlotte, and Iredell County are safe, thanks to me and my incredible ego and my checkbook. I'm Batman. Welcome back to Good Morning LKN.
Are you the reason why there was the salt liquid or the stuff on the road yesterday? Did you do that?
The brine? Did you brine the streets all by yourself?
Absolutely not. That is one of the biggest wastes of taxpayers' money I've ever seen in my life, is the brine. That is a ridiculous thing to put on the roads or even attempt to or do. Okay. What is that?
It's not effective at all?
No, it's silly.
It's just a tumbler? Do you prefer the tumbler model of your Batmobile, or which version of your Batmobile do you drive in the snow?
Depends on who I'm riding with. Yeah, it's, sometimes.
You gotta have a bat snowmobile? What would be the right term for that?
The bat snowmobile.
The bat
That's
snowmobile.
what we call
I'm sure
them,
you
yeah.
got one, right?
Oh, I've got several. I've got a fleet of snowmobiles.
Oh, good.
If you need a ride, Justin needs a ride. As you were talking about your daughter during the break there, I'm not poor, so if she needs a toy for the snow, I think
You got her.
I could take care of her.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I mean, as long as she likes black. They come in black or very dark gray. Those are the only two options
okay.
I have. So
Good to know.
if she's not fussy about the color, I've got a snow toy for her this afternoon.
Well, we appreciate you keeping everybody safe. They're going to be having a lot of fun this weekend. Are you going to be? Do you have anybody to play with this weekend, or
I don't play. I fight crime. I will keep you all safe. I even have a white suit so I can blend into the surroundings later on today.
I don't know if you've seen Batman. Look, like these dollars that you're spending, and again, as far as your hours, which really don't make sense, like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. That's not really like that productive. There's a lot more crime than that. AI too. We've seen CES this week. Have you seen the Consumer Electronics Show? Does Wayne Enterprises put anything into the Consumer Electronics Show?
Wayne Enterprises actually owns the Consumer Electronics Show and allows everybody else to participate in their show. So yeah, Wayne Tech knows all about it.
Well, we have an AI lesson today that you may be used to then, Batman, because maybe this is the way that you were trained. But it seems like there's going to be a lot of Batmans
from a small number of human
able to
generate
walk around
exponentially
here
large
soon.
data sets from a small number of human demonstrations. First, Groot Teleop enables skilled human workers
So
to
just put on some
portal into a
goggles.
digital twin of their robot
You
using
can
the
portal
Apple
into
Vision
your
Pro.
digital twin.
This means operators can capture data even without a physical robot, and they can operate the robot in a risk-free environment, eliminating the chance of physical damage or wear and tear.
So we don't have to be in the room with the robots anymore
To teach a
when we
robot
work
a
with
single task, operators capture motion trajectories through a handful of teleoperated demonstrations. Then use Groot Mimic to multiply these trajectories into a much
This is
larger data set.
insane.
This is the next level.
Next,
Batman, are you
they
ready
use
for this
Batman,
level
are
of
you
tech?
gonna
Like, how
just-
do you feel about
No,
drones?
I just have an idea that
for
Batman's
domain
going to sit in the Batcave and just control all of these AI bat robots.
You know what we call this in the Justice League satellite? Old technology.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Been there.
Wayne,
Done
yeah, we developed and debugged this years ago. This is old stuff to Wayne Tech and the Justice League. We're working on the new stuff. The society wasn't ready for what we had for technology. You know, storming the universe. I don't just save Earth. I save other universes as well with the League. Yeah, we've stolen Martian technology, apocalypse technology. You know, the new gods. They've provided us with some stuff. We've developed it. This is fine. I mean, this is training reels for the human beings here on Earth. We understand, but understand it. I'm Batman, so we're beyond this.
I don't know how prepared you are. Snow hasn't been here for quite some time. You going with plastic bags or Ziploc baggies for gloves and
Snow boots?
Snow boots. This
You got to have the Ziplocs on there. As we said, technology. You got to have the technology for the bag. You know, the blue and the yellow, and they make green when you sync them together.
Right, right.
Great advancements.
I bet
in
you go with the
technology.
Target bags over the Harris Teeter bags. They're a little thicker.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
They're better. They're better for snow boots.
I tried paper. That probably wouldn't work.
No,
too
don't use
long
paper
then.
bags. No, don't use your Aldi bags. No, don't do that. No, you're gonna need some plastic.
You stuffing the kids in those plastic bags or paper bags? That's not. That's borderline crime. Do I need to investigate the Ckezepis household again?
The kids do have the habit of putting the bags on their heads after they open the stuff. I don't know what it is. You tell a kid not to put a bag on their head, they just love to do it.
Pretty much kid behavior. Tell them not to do anything. That's the signal. Oh, I better go do
I better
that.
go do it right now.
Yeah.
Do you ever have to tell someone to not do something? Is that
All the time. All the time. Mr. Freeze, don't shoot that gun. Riddler, don't kidnap that guy. Joker, don't rob him. All the time. These guys just don't listen. They're like large children.
Bad
They're
guy, don't
6
kill
foot
my
tall children.
parents. That's
yeah.
probably like that.
I told him. Did he listen? No. You know, childhood issues. Probably because his parents didn't take him out in the snow and play with him. They probably had the cheap baggies and not the good Ziploc baggies. You can trace this to childhood trauma.
Beginning of his origin story. It's just the
therapy.
the
This is
store brand,
therapy.
the great value over the Ziplocs. And
The
that's what
DC
started
universe
it.
pretty much began in Shelby. You know, the Kryptonian rocket landed there. My parents were killed there. Shelby's the source. Shelby is
Those
it.
mean streets of Shelby, those dark alleyways that we got. Yeah, that's where it started.
Yes.
Batman, anybody considering going out on the streets, do you have any words of wisdom for them? Because some people, they're not going to be able to be cooped up in their house for the entire weekend. They're going to have to get out. Or there maybe people do have to work, right? Their world is going to continue spinning. So some safety thoughts for people as they're driving out and about during this winter weekend.
Yeah, I can provide that. I have experience with Gotham City, a popular city in the northeastern United States that does get harsh winters. When you leave your driveway and you're out in the snow, go slow, but hit the brakes real quick just to see what you got. It's like a little test run to see if how much
lock
slide.
it up.
Yeah, if you
Lock it up.
With the anti-lock systems in the cars, that's difficult to do. But see what you got on your braking. Another tip is finish your braking before you enter a corner. Do it on a straight line and be done braking.
So gas in the corner?
No
I'm done
pedals.
with the brake.
You steer.
Okay.
You steer in the
Neutral.
corner. Yeah, you steer. No,
Put the
you're
car in neutral.
No, again, boy, I got a lot of work to do with you in driving. You need bat driver's ed. You know, Wayne Tech offers a driver's ed program. You should
that would
sign
be
up
sweet.
for that.
Do you get to drive the Batmobile?
A little experience.
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
He's not ready for that.
what's the fun of that?
Nah, it's the dragon in front of the teat.
He's not ready. He is not ready for the Batmobile. I don't know if he's ready for
I'm
a
ready,
Corolla.
Coach. Put me in.
No.
Put me in,
Just
Coach.
driving the dragon. in
I
front of
admire
the
your
Steamer.
enthusiasm, but no, sir, you're not ready for the Batmobile. You're not ready. You're
All
not
right.
ready.
So
Not ready.
Off the brake.
Rachel.
Throw it into neutral. Hit the gas.
No.
That's how you hit the turns.
No. You've listened to nothing. There's nothing. What are you racing, a dirt track? Actually, there's a lot of commonalities between the two. But you're not ready for dirt either. We got to keep you on pavement. No, that's not what I said at all. You got these headsets on and that big Panthers hat. I think it's clogging your hearing, and I don't know. You're just like, I can see why Emmy and Noah are like, do what I'm going to do anyway. Because her dad does anyway. Poor Demi. I think Demi needs to be rescued here. She's the victim here, and she's got 3 others that are criminally harassing her all the time because they just don't listen.
Yeah, do you still keep the pearls that came off your mom's neck whenever
You want to take this outside? You want to take this outside?
It's getting intense. I just want to know, are you going to have an AI or one of these robot sidekicks?
Ooh, an AI sidekick
Would you
for
do that
Batman.
one?
Forget Robin.
Yeah.
I actually already do.
Oh.
I already do, yes.
Okay.
How do you know I'm not an AI sidekick
I
right
don't
here,
know
right
that.
now?
I don't know that either.
Yeah, I could be the stunt double for the Dark Knight right
Although
now.
Noah and Emmy love Bat Wheels. I think it's on HBO. It's an animated version for Batman. And there's some robots in there. The
There's
cars
some
also talk. Does your car talk?
Of course it does.
Wow.
Of course it does.
Yeah, my bad. That's my
Duh.
fault.
Of course. You know, Batwheels, they love Noah and Emmy too. They know they're watching. They can see out of the TV. And
They better not be. They better be at school right now. Headlight. We were talking about the high beams and low beams.
Yeah.
Can you? Is it an angle thing? Is it a height thing? What makes a high beam a high beam?
It's up to angles. Yeah, it's how they face in. There's multiple bulbs within the lens. The lens is the whole unit, and the bulbs inside. You're familiar with the light bulbs. There's multiple bulbs inside the lens. You use angled down for a low beam and angled up for a high beam, but they're different bulbs that you use when you switch back and forth.
Okay, so it's that easy. But the low beams are yellow, or are they white?
No, they're the same color. They're the same color for a high beam or a low beam.
What are
but
the
they're
yellow
angles.
lights that you see just down low? Sometimes people have on, or is that me just making something up right there?
Yellow light usually means slow down.
No, but like on the front of cars.
On the front of their
like,
car,
it's
you
like
see a yellow light?
orangish, like on the low, like it could be on the lower side of cars sometimes, like as if it's the low beams.
I'll call Elon. None of the Wayne Tech cars have this
Yeah, I
yellow
don't know
light
that
on there.
one.
I'm not that crazy.
I'll text Elon, see what he has. Maybe they're on his cars. I don't know. They on the Lee cars? Are they on
No.
the?
I don't
No.
ever look at the front of my car, though, to know what it looks like when I'm driving it either.
Never really know what's coming at you there.
No, not really.
You have a nice black car, though.
I do.
I like it. Yeah.
I do, yeah.
It would fit in well in the cave.
It would? Okay.
Yeah, if
All right.
you want to come over for hot cocoa.
Oh,
you know,
I got the invite to the Bat Cave.
Yeah, what is
All right,
that?
know
I
what
ain't got an invite to the Bat Cave.
once again, Ckezepis, you're not ready for the Bat Cave. Hey, what time's Rob get done? You guys want to come over for hot cocoa and cookies? I'll call Alfred. We'll have a nice little
I
afternoon.
know.
in the snow.
I will need the Batmobile to come pick me up because
Okay.
there's no way I'm getting out and driving in it.
Do you do like those biscottis that you can get now on flights? Is that what you're offering at the Bat Cave? Are you in line with like?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Is that like-
Wouldn't you like to know?
I'll report back. I'll do it. Well, I won't do a video because I don't want to, reveal.
I keep the
secret
biscottis right next to the pearls, okay? And that's you'll never know.
Is
never know.
the Bat Cave peanut free or no? It's not peanut free.
No, there's lots of peanuts in there. I love peanuts. Good source of protein.
All right. Well, Batman, what you going to be doing? Are you going to be playing in the snow or are you just going to still be patrolling?
I would be patrolling, fighting crime. I don't
Good to
have
know.
time for play.
Good to know.
That's
Yes.
it. That's
The
all he's
streets
gonna
of Cornelius
do
are safe
all
once again.
Weekend.
All weekend.
I got a white Batmobile too, a version of that, so I blend in.
Oh.
See, I can't make myself a target. I don't have superpowers. I just got a checkbook, body armor, and some cool gadgets. I can't be out there in bright colored uniforms, so I got dark at night, snowstorm. I got a white car.
Well, you can hang out with Batman between the hours of 2 and 4 a.m. if you want to out on the streets of Cornelius. You can hang out with Patrick Reynolds, the host of the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday from 9 to 11, whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. I'm assuming birthdays won out this week. Is that safe to say?
I think so.
Batman, is that fair to say? Do you know anything?
Birthdays did win, yes. I kept track. 3-1. An anniversary did get in there the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they still took it, but we'll still have the 5th round just because it's FriYAY.
It's Friday.
What else are you going to do? Have a great weekend, my kids. Be safe. Enjoy the time out there. Keep the feet warm. Keep the body dry. That is the goal of the weekend. We'll check in with you on Monday. Love you, my kids.
Serving you better than ever before. 105.9, 100.7, WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.
Got a Toyota? Get it serviced at Quality Car Care of Statesville.